We had a loaded NFL weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We start off in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are no joke and could win the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, 296 yards, 3 total touchdowns. I mean, he had a great game. I mean, he even rushed for one. When does Aaron Rodgers rush for touchdowns? I'll tell you the last time he did it in a playoff game was 2010. And guess what? Who won the Super Bowl that year? Just so happened to be the Green Bay Packers. Could it be a sign? I don't know. It's a little weird step, but, Aaron Rodgers is no joke. Next week, he goes up against Tom Brady. We'll get into that, but it's two greats going at it once again. The Green Bay Packers is just too good. The Green Bay Packers are just too good. They're great on both sides of the ball. They score with ease. They score with ease on the offensive side of the ball with Davante Adams. I personally think this year was the best wide receiver in all of football. All of football he was. Aaron Jones, a great running game, and even a great offensive line. But to back it up with a great defense with Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, guys like that on the defensive side, Jair Alexander, maybe the most underrated corner in the NFL, they're just a Super Bowl team. Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers, 2 years ago, did not want Matt LaFleur as head coach. He was, not happy that he didn't really have much say in it. And guess what? I think it was a blessing in disguise because Matt LaFleur is a hell of a football coach. And I personally think he has a chance of taking them to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. Green Bay is no joke. No joke. And you look at the other side of the ball, the Rams coming into this game were just really undermanned. Cooper Kupp was a game time decision, ended up being ruled out. Aaron Donald had to fight through a torn muscle in his body and left it all on the field. I mean, talk about toughness. That's what you get with Aaron Donald. No joke. I mean, he is a tough mother flipper for sure. And it's just, the Rams were just completely undermanned. Jared Goff wasn't healthy. And there's no excuses in the playoffs. Everybody's hurt. But even if they were fully healthy, Packers are just a better team. And it's tough to win in Lambeau, especially during playoff time. I'll tell you, they had fans there, and it actually felt like the fans made a real legitimate difference. Lambeau was rocking, and it's probably the greatest place to play in the NFL, possibly for wintertime football. Little snow in the air. It's beautiful in Lambeau, and the Green Bay Packers are just that good of a football team. They have everything it takes that can be a Super Bowl contender. And in this game, the Packers just had the upper hand. I mean, they got to 25-10, and it's like, oh boy, this could get real ugly. Rams fought back, got it to 25-18 after a 2-point conversion. You get it to a 7-point game, it's like, okay, we got a real game all of a sudden. And then the Packers, put it into another gear and ended up getting the big win. So, Packers season keeps going. Rams season comes to an end. Future's bright. Future's bright in LA. But Sean McVay did say after the game, he's looking at what he wants to do with the team, and he's talking about possibly a quarterback replacement for all we know. So Jared Goff is a good quarterback, but can he win you a Super Bowl? He's gotten them to a Super Bowl. He has. But can you get to that Super Bowl or win that Super Bowl? Because when he was there, they only scored 3 points against the Patriots. I don't think Jared Goff's a good enough Super Bowl or guy to win you a Super Bowl. So be really interesting to see what Sean McVay decides to do in the offseason. A lot of big moves there in LA. We'll see what they do. But the Packers, they advance. Aaron Rodgers continues to add to his MVP caliber season. He is something special. We go to Buffalo. It's no secret at this point. My team in the playoffs is the Buffalo Bills because I love Bills Mafia. Who doesn't? Their fans are amazing. I love them. And it was rocking. It was rocking. I mean, they broke Justin Tucker. Arguably the greatest kicker in the football's history ever is Justin Tucker. And he was horrible. He shanked 2. He was awful. He wasn't having a great game. He shanked one last week against Tennessee Titans. So, first of all, he missed 3 kicks in the postseason. That's uncharacteristic of him, right? Nah, it's just Bills Mafia, the way they are. Putting a little voodoo, whatever they did to him. I don't know. Can we talk about maybe the best signing in all of football, though? All of football this whole year is Stephon Diggs to the Bills. Out of anything, you can make that argument. You could argue, besides Davante Adams, who had the best year as a wide receiver, without a doubt, Stephon Diggs should be in the conversation. Without a doubt. Stephon Diggs had another great game, is the second Bills player in the history with 100 receiving yards and 1 receiving touchdown in back-to-back playoff games for Buffalo. He's a stud. He gives Josh Allen a target. He makes Josh Allen's life a lot easier. And Josh Allen was throwing the ball well. The run game wasn't, Devin Singletary had a couple good carries, but Josh Allen was just slinging the rock like there's no tomorrow. But to be fair, it was a defensive battle. Going into halftime, I believe it was 3-0. 3-0. Both defenses played well. Trey Edmonds played amazing, stopping the read option against Lamar Jackson. It was unfortunate to see Lamar Jackson go down with the concussion. It really was. And Bills fans are so nice. They after the concussion, they started donating $8, because that's Lamar's number, to his charity. They made a GoFundMe or whatever. I don't know. Just donated to his charity. They did all that. Buffalo Bills fans, true class. True class. You never want to see a player get hurt, and Lamar got popped. Tyler Huntley came in, though, from Utah. He brought a little bit of a spark, too. He missed on one throw that could have really changed the games. He had a guy deep on a streak, overthrew him, incomplete, and that was kind of the game. I believe it was a 4th down conversion, too. But Buffalo's defense played electric, only giving up 3 points. They were amazing. Poirier, and their secondary there is just Tre'Davious White, just too good. Edmonds is good. Like, that defense is nasty. But also, give credit to where credit's due in Baltimore. You only gave up 17 to Josh Allen and that amazing offense in Buffalo. They should be proud of themselves. It was uncharacteristic. We thought coming into this game it was going to be a shootout. We really, at least I did. And boy, were we wrong. It was a defensive battle. And then Lamar ended up throwing a pick 6. He threw a 101-yard pick 6 in the red zone, changed the game, and that's where Buffalo kind of went away with it. But both defenses, I think, are the biggest story of the game. And special teams. Bass missed a kick. Justin Tucker missed 2. Great game, though, overall. Just Buffalo, they're going to play the Kansas City Chiefs. But they're going into the AFC Championship. All of Buffalo's having the time of their life. Go Bills, go. But they got to go play Kansas City. And Kansas City's a juggernaut, as we know. This is Kansas City, guys, is the first AFC team ever in the history of the NFL to host 3 straight AFC championship games. 3 straight. First team ever. Travis Kelce, he played well. I think the biggest storyline of the game, though, is Patrick Mahomes getting the concussion. Little shaky there. Chad Henne. Is he going to have to start next week in the AFC Championship? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a big report all week. Everybody's going to be on their phone, social media. Is Mahomes going to play? Because if not, Chad Henne's got to step up. Chad Henne is a veteran. I don't think Chad Henne expected this. Chad Henne's 35 years old, 2nd-round pick, 57th pick overall. I do believe from Michigan. I think he went to Michigan. Don't fact check me, but I do. And now here you are. Good luck, Chad. You got a tough sleep. But hey, he stepped in and he did his role. Yes, he threw a pick that kind of brought the Browns back into the game, which was a little scary if you're a Chiefs fan. But that 3rd and 14 run, when he gets the first down, he got the first, kept the chains moved. Well, he was short. It was 4th and inches. But then to go for it, Andy Reid on the 48-yard line, his own 48, by the way, to go for it on 4th instead of punting and trusting your defense. Not with Patrick Mahomes on the field, but with Chad Henne. Ballsy play. And you know what? It paid off. The Chiefs advanced. I think Travis Kelce had a phenomenal game. 4th career playoff game with over 100 yards. It's just simple for him at this point. He's one of the best tight ends in the NFL. And he's just too good. He gets over 100 yards like it's nothing. He's a great tight end and a great pickup. University of Cincinnati should be proud to produce this guy. But Chiefs advance. And if you're the Browns, you had a chance to win this game. Higgins in the first half reached across the plane, and Jorgensen, I believe is his name, hits him in the head, causes the fumble, goes for a touchback. Personally, in my opinion, I think it's one of the dumbest rules in sports where if the offensive player fumbles into the opposing team's end zone and goes out for a touchback or out of bounds, it's a touchback. The defense didn't recover the ball. You should place it at the 1, whatever. But that's not the case. That was a big swing of things. Big swing because Kansas City ended up going down, ended up getting a field goal going into halftime. So the Browns are right there. Yes, Mahomes didn't play much because of the concussion. That kind of, caused a big, switch up in the game. But still, The Browns should be happy where they are. They have a good defense, and their offense is good. Baker Mayfield's good. The run game's good. Jarvis Landry was good. The Browns, for years to come, are going to be a juggernaut in the AFC. And for years to come in the AFC North, it is going to be the Browns, and it is going to be the Ravens. When Roethlisberger dies off, or retires off, I don't know about the Steelers. So that it's bright. That division has a bright future, but I do believe Cleveland Browns fans should be very, very proud of the Browns. I really do. I really do. And then the last game we get into, the last game of the weekend, was maybe, for the majority of the game, the best game of the weekend until it slipped away late. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. Tom Brady. That's the storyline, isn't it? Most conference championships, because, the Buccaneers advanced, so they go to another conference championship game in Tom Brady's career, which is now his 14th. Going to play the Packers will be his 14th. The closest guy to him is at 7. Steve Young and Joe Montana and Roger Staubach. Not bad, is it? That's a good company to be in, but you've doubled them. It's unbelievable what Tom Brady is capable of doing. It truly, truly is. Like, Tom Brady's just unreal. He truly is. And if you're a Saints fan, it hurts. I mean, the Saints in the last 4 times they made the playoffs, last 4 years. 2017 was the Minneapolis Miracle when Stephon Diggs did the amazing catch and somehow scored a touchdown. 2018 was against the Rams when Roby Coleman had the most obvious pass interference of all time, and there wasn't a penalty flag for it. That's the way they lost. 2019, last year, they lost to a walk-off touchdown in overtime, always a way that's going to break your heart. And this year, Drew Brees throws for 3 picks. I think another big, thing we have to talk about is definitely Drew Brees. I think Jay Glazer reported it was the end of Drew Brees. Coming into tonight was going to be his last game with just in his NFL career. He had a lot of injuries coming in. He had broken ribs. His shoulder didn't even seem to be right. And if you watch the game, Drew Brees was lofting balls, and that's part of the reason why 3 interceptions occurred, but he struggled to throw. He struggled to throw the ball. He struggled to hit accurate passes. He did not attempt to throw the ball 20 yards or more the whole entire game. And I'm not being funny and I'm not joking around when I say Jameis Winston, I truly believe, gave the New Orleans Saints a better chance to win tonight. They brought him in for 1 play, and granted, it was a trick play and all that, but it was a 56-yard bomb on the dot. And guess what? They took it in for 6. I mean, Michael Thomas, for people that want to say Michael's the best receiver in the league, well, you cannot get 0 catches. 0 catches. You can't do that in an NFC divisional game trying to go to the NFC Championship. You can't. Big-time players show up in big-time games. Where were you? 0 catches for a receiver of that caliber is completely unacceptable. And there's no excuse. No, Drew Brees can't throw. Drew Brees this. No. Players make plays. And that wasn't the factor tonight. And I did say on Thursday morning's podcast that the Buccaneers were going to win. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. And it was. The Buccaneers were just a better team tonight. Both sides of the ball. Devin White, we got to talk about Devin White. Devin White's a stud. Devin White's a special talent. This kid is no joke. He truly is the future of that defense at Tampa Bay. But the Saints, it's sad to see Drew Brees go out this way, as Jake Glazer said he was going to retire at the end of the game. You could kind of see in his eyes. I mean, he looked at Jameis Winston on the sidelines. He said, "It's your time now." So it's a real shame that that's the way Drew Brees is going to have to go out. 3 interceptions. No, nonetheless, it was a fantastic season for the Saints, though. Number 2 overall seed in the NFC. Just to go out that way is a real shame. But yeah, conference championship next week. It's going to be exciting. We got good matchups coming our way.